What is going on, everybody? So I officially installed SteamOS on the Lenovo Legion Go. Now, my 2 TB SD card that worked for my Steam Deck actually works for the Legion Go as well. And as you can see, it's a bit complicated to get the Steam menu popping up. You actually have to press the Legion button and the right analog stick to get the Steam menu to pop up. But if you want the TDP option and all the performance menus and plugins, you're gonna have to press the Legion space button, the analog stick, along with the A button. And as you can see, sometimes it just doesn't pop up the same way. We gotta have some kind of shortcut for this. So Legion Go isn't actually 100% compatible because we actually need to press the Legion space button, analog stick, and A just to get that performance menu to pop up. So I didn't notice this at first, but it seems like the TDP options on the Legion Go using SteamOS isn't currently available. All you can do is mess with half rate shading, the GPU clock. It seems like there's no official TDP dial on SteamOS using Legion Go for now, but I am installing a software update, so maybe that will change later on. I'll probably work on some kind of custom controls for the Steam operating system for the Legion Go, and the touchscreen seems to be working just fine. So yeah, I would not recommend doing what I did and completely replacing the internal space. So let's crank that brightness all the way up, and I'll just try Devil May Cry 5. But yeah, very exciting stuff. We actually have the official Steam operating system 3.8 on Legion Go, but I have never seen SteamOS move this fast. It actually seems like it's just running on the desktop mode, and desktop mode with Windows 11 and Steam is actually pretty quick in comparison to even SteamOS. But yeah, I mean, it's fast as hell, and it's running at a 1600p resolution, which is going to make going back to the Steam Deck OLED very difficult in comparison. Because if I pull up my Steam Deck OLED right now, we can just sift through all of the library. You can see how it takes a second to load up everything. Even though all of these games are installed in my internal memory, it still has a bit of trouble going through the menu. But let's just do that with Legion Go. And as you can see, the 7400 megahertz pays off. And I'm pretty sure the SSD inside is faster than the SSD in the Steam Deck OLED. And it seems like Devil May Cry is starting. Oh, I managed to get the side menu going. Pretty cool. See the advanced options, 144 FPS, awesome. And for some reason, SteamOS's new update replaced FSR and NIS with just Shark. Oh, look at that. Oh, 1600p, baby. Nice. All right. Oh, it seems to be working just fine. And we have SteamOS on the ready. I don't think I'm gonna play my Steam Deck OLED as much. And let's see if the Bluetooth controllers do anything special. Oh, okay, what's happening here? So it went into a different configuration, or it seems like it hasn't actually. Oh, nice. So the Lenovo Legion Go's controllers actually work with SteamOS. That's something I didn't expect. So I can say that this is equivalent to a Nintendo Switch 2, if not even better, because I have a 1600p display with 144 Hz. Sure, we don't have VRR, but it's a higher refresh rate with a higher resolution and detachable controllers. Okay, so the controllers actually do work. Let's plug them back in. And I wonder if FPS mode works with this. And honestly, the trackpad still works phenomenally. And switching between detached and attached is just incredible. And the FPS is very smooth at 1600p. This is incredible, guys. I've never been blown away like this before. I'm having trouble talking right now. Okay, but getting the side menu is a pain in the ass, I gotta admit. Okay, we got it. It's like a miracle every time I bring it up. Okay, so right now, bring this up at 1600p. Let's see if this game can reach 144 FPS. Okay, so it's at 67 or 68 FPS, which is still incredibly good considering we're running this at 1600p. I'm gonna continue to test out SteamOS on the Legion Go, but this is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so right now we're at about the same FPS, weirdly enough. And let's switch it to interlaced. All right, now we're at 70, 75 FPS. It just increased the FPS by 10. Okay, now we're at 85. Wonderful. And this is a very well optimized game, especially on SteamOS, because RE Engine games are just a better experience, honestly. But there's still a lot to configure. I'm going to install everything I have on the Steam Deck OLED into this, or I might just bring other games into this particular system. But as you can see, I have a software update on the way, and hopefully this doesn't brick the system. I don't know if I should, but it was kind of a letdown that I had to delete my internal space to install SteamOS on the Legion Go. But while downloading this, let's check out how Devil May Cry 5 plays on the official Steam Deck OLED. And the best part about it is on the Legion Go, you don't need to put the SD card on the bottom, you can place it on the top. So let's check out Devil May Cry 5 on the Steam Deck OLED. And I also noticed in order to place the Legion Go with SteamOS in sleep mode, you actually have to select that option in the menu, but I wonder what happens when I just turn it on normally. Okay, so it just wakes up. I guess it takes a second for the controllers to connect again. But I also wonder if you can wake up the Legion Go in sleep mode, just like you can do with the Steam Deck OLED. All right, so let's bring up the menu, easy as pie, switch that to 800p. Of course, it's going to probably perform a little better because it is at 800p and not 1200p. Okay, and it's playing at 86 FPS, obviously because it's at 800p. All right, seems like we have reached 90 hertz. Awesome. So it really does work very similar to the Steam Deck OLED in terms of FPS. But I'm pretty sure the internals on the Legion Go are just more powerful than the Steam Deck. Obviously with the Z1 Extreme, you can do a lot of things, but the Legion Go doesn't exactly utilize that hardware for some reason. I'm assuming it's the motherboard that they use. The ROG Ally and Legion Go use exactly the same CPU. But yes, I made the tough call and sacrifice to erase everything in my internal space just to have games on the SSD so they can play a lot better on the Legion Go using SteamOS. All right, so I would advise against trying to update SteamOS on the Legion Go because it seems like it bricks the system. I wasn't able to boot it back up into SteamOS after trying to do a software update, so I have to reinstall it. Unfortunately, it seems like adjusting TDP on the Legion Go just isn't an option yet, and I would advise waiting for an official SteamOS tailored for the original Legion Go before updating your system, but it seems like the only way to make the Legion Go's battery last longer while using SteamOS is to lower the FPS and potentially the GPU clock, but I'm sure that's going to cause a lot more issues than benefits. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Later.